YouTube? I'm back. Haven't been making any content, honestly. I don't know, I just kind of lost interest in it a little bit. But we're going to the track today. I'm gonna try to film a pretty good, 10-15 minute long video for you guys. Reasons I haven't been making a lot of content is because I've been trying to buy my own shit. I finally got my own trailer. Y'all know that I got my truck not that long ago, which is nothing special, but I got this trailer, which I like it. It has this real nice fairing that protects the car. It's got a toolbox on the front of it, winch, and I just got done getting this thing roadworthy. I want to paint it, but right now it's pollen season, and I'll paint it once I get a nice spring day. This thing's ready to go. It's got 4 brand new tires on it for the season. And I got my truck ready. I finally got my backup camera working, which that makes it so easy to hook up a trailer. I got these reverse lights hooked into my cargo lights in my truck, in my trailer up here, or in my bed, I mean. So when I cut those on, those come on. So when I'm hooking up the trailer at nighttime and stuff, I can see easily. Truck's ready. I got 4 brand new tires on it for the season, and the 496 big block 2500 is ready to put in some work this year. So we're going to Hereford. We're only testing, but we're trying to get some PBs. I'm going to share times unless I absolutely suck and I'm embarrassed of them. But anyways, we're about to load up and roll on out, probably about 1 o'clock. I think it's like 10:30 now, and we'll see how it goes. I think the track might be a little slick. You can see how polleny it is. I mean, look at this. This is in my garage, and that's just pollen. And you see it all over the trailer, all over the ground. So we'll see how it goes. All right, peace. What up, YouTube? We're back, and I think we're gonna take the blue cheese out testing tonight. Maybe just do like 1 or 2, possibly 3, probably maybe 330 hits, and see how it does with the new setup on it. I haven't been posting a lot, but I was talking to my buddy Randy over at on Average Man Motor Media channel. And he convinced me. He said, man, you need to get back on hopping on YouTube, man. He said, he kind of gave me a little bit of motivation to I guess start back up, making some videos and stuff. So we'll do a quick recap on the setup, or what I did over the winter. I put a 411 rear gear back in the car, back from when I did nitrous and stuff, because I'm basically just doing 8th mile stuff now. I got a brand new turbo 400 built from Kenny Keller Motorsports, Yorktown, Virginia. And I got a new Circle D converter from Pete Nichols at Circle D. And I got a bolt together converter, which I'm real happy with that. It seems like it's working out pretty good. We went to the track and shook the car down last weekend or the weekend before. It was 2 weekends ago. And we didn't set any ETPB, but we did make some good. I got some good data on this gear setup and the transmission. And that's basically mostly what we did with the car. I just got it cleaned up yesterday. I vacuumed the inside of it. Man, she was filthy. It's looking a lot better in here right now. And but anyways, yeah, we're gonna try to go testing. I got to move the trailer out the way. What up, YouTube? Me and Levi are back. Say hi, Levi.
Hi.
No, you're supposed to just say hi. Wave.
Hi.
So, we're back. He's getting old enough to where he kind of wants to come out here and play, and he's saying YouTube video. And even though I haven't made a lot of stuff, I want to start making more stuff, especially with him, since he kind of seems interested in doing it. So, we're back. It's 2025. I've done a little bit of testing this year with the new setup, and if you watch my update video from last year or the end of the season or whatever, I don't know if I showed y'all, but I got the TRZ arms on, upper, lower. I got the Strange Evolution brakes on the front of it. So I did some things to try to lighten the front of it down. I got rid of the big intercooler that was here. I got the pipe going straight in, got the tick cooler. That tick cooler is a little thin, I think, for the amount of boost that I'm running, but it does good enough. I haven't seen anything over like 150 in the 8th on like 35 pounds of boost, so that's not crazy, but I can also ice it down better too. It's just like regular, just like throwing a bag of ice in or whatever. So next couple times I go out testing, I'm going to try to ice it down better and see if we get better IATs, but I'm not stressing it because I'm only running 8 stuff primarily. But what we're doing today is we are about to take the front shocks off. Coilovers. They're not real coilovers. They're the bolt-in style coilovers. In the long run, I might get that Nicky Bobby setup, or not the Nicky Bobby setup. I don't really like the Nicky Bobby setup, but setup for a real style eye-to-eye coilover is what they call it. So we're gonna pop the Vikings off, and tomorrow a set of Afco coilovers are gonna come in because I noticed in the little bit of testing that I did do this year, I went to Hereford one time. I'll drop a couple videos in, and then I went to the place that we call Spot One, and did a couple hits. And I wasn't too happy with the way that them hits went, but I fucked up too. I didn't bring the stripper glitter, so I actually had to drain some water out of my ice tank just to kind of be able to do a burnout out there. So I kind of fucked up testing out there a little bit. My burnouts weren't that good. Didn't have any water to do it with. So that wasn't a great testing day, but I did get a little bit of data. But in both testing sessions, with the front coilovers close to full tight on extension and rebound, or extension and compression, which mostly what we're talking about here is going to be extension, my car is just coming up way too fast in the front. And I have not used these travel limiters yet, but I have a feeling I'm about to start using them, because the front end is just coming up way too fast and it unloads the car when I try to go fast. I can make smooth, clean A to B passes that are, you know, they're like 560s, 570s, but we need to get way faster than that to be able to compete with the people that I want to beat this year and going forward. I mean, the car has been faster than that, but I need to consistently go that fast. I need to go out and click a 520 every time on a front side, 530 every time on a front side. And that's just not where I'm at right now with the car. So what me and Levi are going to do today, like I said, is we're going to pop off the upper control arms, or not the upper control arms, I'm sorry, the fucking coilovers. And then I'm going to kind of just hand test them. I'm going to do a hand dyno on them and see how they feel, because I remember what they were like when I put them on. And these are the Viking Crusaders. I know that I have definitely bottomed them out a couple times, so that does not help the shock. But we're gonna pop these things off and see how they go. And like I said, we'll bolt in. We'll compare the Afcos tomorrow when they get here to the Vikings, so that you guys can see the difference. All right, Levi, you ready? Jack up the car. Cool. To help at the same time. Come on, buddy. Jack it up. All right, let's go. So Jack's hands. Got the old Cheetos. Alright, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to jack the car up, obviously, put the jack stands under it, and then wherever your spring height is, or release the tension on your spring. So now there's no tension on the spring. I made the collars go all the way down. So now I'm going to unbolt it and get the top bolt out, and then basically it should fall out. Alright, so I got the shocks off, and I can confidently say that they are not trash as far as like the actual shocks, but in the configuration that they are right now, they are not going to do us any justice. So I'm going to see if I can get it on video like I was yesterday. Basically, these Viking shocks. So I think what we were talking about with the front shocks being cooked is probably legit. So this is with them both at full tight right now. So there is a little bit of resistance on the rebound, but it's not, I mean, you can kind of hear air in there too. But look at the compression. This is at full tight, and I'm sure that this was not helping us at all. You can tell there's air in it. And then when I go to pull it, the first like 3 or 4 inches it goes fast. I think that the fluid level might be low in these. The resistance feels pretty good when you change from full loose to full tight. It does have pretty good resistance, but if I do full action on the shock and then maybe let it sit for a second, and then when I go to pull it sometimes, or even when I go to compress it sometimes, the first half of the shock travel will be like there's nothing there. It'll be like it's just a free moving cylinder. So I'm gonna see if I can capture that on film real quick. That way you guys can kind of see what a blown out shock looks like, or possibly it's low on oil, or I'm unsure. I mean, they got miles on them. These are about 4 years old. They got a ton of street miles. They got a ton of trailer miles. They are well past service time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my Afcos that should hopefully be here today, but according to my tracking, it looks like they might show up tomorrow. I'm probably going to go and get these revalved. That way I have two different front shocks that are valved a little bit differently. For the cost to revalve it, it would be about the same to sell it. So, you know, for 350 bucks, say 400 bucks, you can get these things revalved and they'll be like brand new. There's nothing wrong with this shock. There's nothing wrong with it, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna play with this thing and see if I can get it on film to where it's doing the action that I'm trying to explain. All right, so right now I got it on full loose. That way I can pull it out easily. Yes, Levi. And even then, with it on full loose, you can kind of see when it does it. Like, yeah, you can't see it right now, but right there, you get the first inch or so of that compression was just like it was no resistance. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to full tight on rebound and compression. I'm going full tight right now on both rebound and compression. So when I go to press down on it, let's see if it has that dead spot. You see how fast it went and then it slowed down? Let's see if it does it on the extension right now. No, the extension was good that time, but still I'm pulling on this thing pretty good. I'm not no bodybuilder, but it's coming out pretty fast. I mean, relatively. You got to think with 1,300 horsepower trying to pull on this thing, it's going to come out fast. Hey, stop. We're making a video, buddy. Look, I got the camera on. All right. So let me finish pulling this thing out. Oh, shit. Yep, oh shit. Yeah. See, I can feel it. It's loosening up right now. All right, so I think that is full extension right there. That's full extension. I have the shocks on full tight on compression and rebound right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean on this thing and I'm gonna see if it has that dead spot. Like I said yesterday when I was messing with this, when I got these off, it would be like a dead spot from here to here on compression. But it would be intermittent. Like sometimes I could pull the shock out and then compress it and it would be hard as a rock, or you know, a lot of resistance. But same with the rebound. I could come on here and pull on it and it would be like dead from here to like here, and then the resistance would come in. But sometimes I could compress the shock and then pull it out and it would have resistance from the very beginning. So in my mind, that's telling me that could possibly explain some of my inconsistent launches. So where I could go up with the same tune-up for the launch part of the tune anyways, and the car act completely different. Because sometimes this thing, it has resistance and sometimes it doesn't. For whatever reason, I'm going to send these to Afterworks and get them to check it out. But what up, guys? The Afco showed up. They were a day late, so a couple days later here. You can see on here, I got them from TRZ, and they custom valve them a little bit firmer for cars up to, say, 1,500 horsepower and 3,200 pounds. And I'm assembling them now, and we'll be putting them on here shortly. And we also got the new springs, which are a little bit taller than the old ones, as well as they're 400 pounds versus 350 pounds. So this is going to be a completely different front suspension setup, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, you got a cool shirt on, bud. So I'm just assembling the coilovers right now. See if I can get these things to act right. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put this all the way down to the bottom. One thing I think that I noticed on here, let me open up this other one right here. This is kind of cool. I've never had, I guess, nice shocks before, or nice coilovers before. But let me look at this real quick. So yeah, they have installed this little, I don't know if you guys can see it in there. You see that little roller bearing? This is a pretty cool feature that I've never seen before, which is new to me. So there's a roller bearing that they put here on the collar, and then on the threads here, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. Let me see if I can get some light. This is pretty cool. I like this. So on the threads here, there's an indentation all the way up, and every time that you turn this down, it clicks. So that's one rotation. Two, see, it's clicking. You hear it? Yes, Levi. I see you. Yeah, go. We'll go clean it up in a minute. So it clicks every time it goes a revolution. So you can make even adjustments, say at the track or something. You can keep track of it easier. I like that. So I put it pretty much down at the bottom. And then I'm gonna get I got the thrust washer kit, thrust bearing kit, which I think everybody's gonna recommend the thrust bearing kit when you get coilovers. Why would you not run it? Makes everything way easier. And all it is a washer, roller bearing, washer. So when you adjust your coils with it on the car, it'll ride smoothly on the spring. Alright, so I'm going to get under here and try to install this. I'm hoping I don't run into too many issues because the springs are taller and because these are completely different shocks. Look how much bigger these are than these. They're significantly, the body is significantly bigger. So I'm hoping that this goes in, bolts in pretty easy. What up, guys? Back. Didn't film as much as I wanted to, but I did film pretty much everything. Got the car running right now, just kind of chilling. Saturday morning. Tonight I'm gonna try to go out, but there's a chance of rain this evening. I'm gonna get up under there and show you guys the after install. I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory. You just take the old shocks out, put the new shocks in, put the new springs in with it. That's pretty much all there is to it. You see me peeking into the downpipe. I was just making sure that all the condensation, whenever I start my car, I always make sure that I at least run it long enough to where there's no condensation in the downpipe to maybe get on the O2 sensor and burn all of that condensation off. You know, E85 on a cold start has some condensation. Let me get the hood off, I guess, and I will show y'all the rest of how how the Afcos went in, I guess. I haven't got to race with it yet, but... Alright, so we got the Afcos in. I'm really happy with the way that the install went. Like I said, it's pretty self-explanatory. You just got to jack the car up. You might have to undo your upper or lower ball joint to spread the control arms open wide enough to get your shocks in and out. I did not have to do that because of the TRZ arms. Everything slid in from the side and helped out pretty easily. Two things that I've noticed with these Afcos is that, for one, the valving on these things are like, on full loose, they're like as tight as the Crusaders were on full tight. Does that make sense? So these are a lot stronger shock than what I had on it. I'm hoping that I see gains with it. But like I said, I like that about the Afcos. I like that the knob is up here, and this is the rebound knob, and the compression knob is on the bottom of I'll get down there and show you. But on this set right here, these things got 44 clicks of rebound. That is a ton of adjustment. And on the compression, I think it's got like 24 or 26 clicks of compression. And I like that that knob is on the bottom. On the old shocks, the knobs were on the body right there, kind of up under the spring height collar. And it's kind of, not difficult, but it's just a little bit easier to get to the knobs where they are now. And it's less likely to get the knobs confused because they're not right beside each other. Because I have done that before on accident, to where I have adjusted the compression instead of the rebound, or the rebound instead of the compression. And that'll fuck you up. And I think with the way that the Afcos are set up, I won't do that as easily at all. And it clearly says it right in front of your face which way is tight and which way is loose. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. So if you've been following the channel since my first video that I made, I have installed all the stuff that I originally spoke about, like the upper control arms, the Evo brakes, the bump steer kit, lower control arms. I installed all that stuff that I recommended in my very first video. It takes a while to get the money to be able to get those things, but you know, you gotta work for it and save up and get it, little as you can. But tonight or this weekend, I'm gonna try to, what's today? Today's Sunday. I might be able to go street test tonight, but next weekend I'm definitely gonna go somewhere. And then the following weekend, we're going to Summer Duck for a no prep front side race. And that's going to be my first real race of the year. And we're definitely going to film all of that. So if you haven't already, if you're still watching, I know this has been kind of a boring video, but if you're still watching, like, share, subscribe, comment, ask me some questions about the build. I'll help you out if you got any questions. Got any suggestions, holler at me. Peace out.